Why do so many Chinese and even some Malays and Indians not know about the Malays' contributions to Singapura? What do they think? Only the British and Chinese developed this land. It's simple. Because that is what they were taught in school. As Dr. Michael D. Barr explains in his article, Singapore's History Wars, What to Do with Indigenous Histories, the marginalization of Singapore's Malay indigenous history and identity is also evident in the school history curriculum. Barr noted that the first attempt to reconstruct the history curriculum in independent Singapore excluded the Malay community from the national narrative so forcefully that Malay politicians burnt copies of the accompanying textbook in protest. The ethnic Chinese academics preferred to give credit for Singapore's achievements to the British colonizers and their Chinese business partners rather than acknowledge Malay contributions either before or during colonization. They erased us out of history and credited the Chinese and British from the moment they took power. So how did the PAP government respond to the Malay community's protests? Did they fix it? No. They cancelled the teaching of local history altogether. For years, Singaporeans were taught no local history at all. Then in 1984, they reintroduced history, but this version started with Raffles arriving in 1819. 5 centuries of Malay empires and maritime power gone. No mention of how the Sultan of Johor kept colonial Singapore from collapsing in the 1840s. No mention of the Malay contributions that made this port possible. And it did not stop there. The new textbooks did not just erase Malays from the main story. They erased us from the photos, the side stories, the personal accounts. They even included chapters mocking Malay claims to indigeneity. In 1996, the PAP government had a new centerpiece for the history curriculum, Lee Kuan Yew's memoirs. He was painted as a second Raffles, the second father of the nation. After pushback from mostly non-Singaporean scholars, they added some indigenous history in 2006. The 2021 version took a step backwards again, covering even less indigenous history than before. From the moment the PAP took power, they have promoted Chinese culture and history as a foundation of Singapore while pushing the Malays out of our own story. So the next time they talk about Singapore's history, ask them, whose history are we allowed to remember? And who gets erased?